Hello, today we are going to discuss about very important topic boundaries. So we all are familiar with this word, but today I will give you a new perspective about boundaries and its importance all around us. We are surrounded with boundaries. You can see everywhere these are present, from the layer in the earth atmosphere to the nation boundaries. These fences are all around. We can see we have our home boundaries, our boundaries in car, our school boundaries, our state boundaries, and there are a lot of boundaries. There are boundaries present in nature also, like land sea boundaries, river flow in its bounded area. So today I will be discussing about the importance of boundaries and how we can use this boundary for our better life. Let's get started. So, first of all, let's be clear with the meaning of boundary. A boundary is a real or imaginary line that separates two things. This is very important. That separates two things. The universe consists of lot of things interacting with each other, but to separate uh, two things from each other, we need a boundary. Like this whole universe is a one entity, but to give meaning to each particle or each object, we need to define that this is the boundary. This, like, consider the case of Earth. This sphere region is called Earth. So, to give meaning to anything, we need to define its boundary. So it can be real or imaginary. In case of earth or fence or nation boundary, it real. In imaginary, like name. Name is also kind of a boundary. Okay, then a line which marks the limit of an area. This line defines the area within that region that defined with that name. Like if you have home, so we have parameter that define this is the home. So the that area bounded within the line of your home is giving definition to your home. So it is a dividing line. Other meaning can be something that indicates or fix or limit. Like your home can be infinite, but that boundary wall defines that this is the region that belongs to you. You got registered with the government as that this bounded area is mine. So this is that fixing line. We cannot put boundaries anywhere. Like this line in between this is giving no meaning. So we need to be clear where to place boundaries. If this line is in between these, then it might give some meaning. But in like this position, it is giving no meaning. So knowing where to put boundaries is very important skill to master. So let's move to next. So other similar word that can be used for boundary that have similar meaning is bound. Bound is also like that. Bound is the extent to which a particular thing is defined. Cap also the kind of a similar but not exactly similar. It is limiting that thing. Ceiling is also like we have ceiling above. We can define the extend up to infinite, but we need to put some limit that after this ends. Confines, end, to mark end to something, extend, and limit. These are similar words that can be used related to boundaries but have slight different meaning. So be clear with the meaning discussed earlier. Then, like, consider this. This is a rectangle. How we can say this is a rectangle? Because this have a boundary. This complete page is not a rectangle, but this bounded area is called rectangle. So boundaries are important to define. Let's consider this. This is circle. So because this complete page is divided with this boundary of circular circumference, then this image got its meaning, the name circle, and this got the rectangle. So we can say that boundary defines the what is the thing. Okay, so boundary is very important. So why do we need boundaries everywhere? We can see boundaries everywhere. So why actually do we need boundaries? First is that we have limited resources to mark that. So we need boundaries like time, power, etc. to provide directions. We can move anywhere, but to get a given direction, boundaries give that. And to define areas, like to distribute home, to master a domain, we need to define, like we cannot study everything. So we need to define that I am going to study arts and further this particular topic. So that is our defined boundary in intellectual. To organize things, to organize stuff, we need to define like these things I am going to organize only, like 10 stuff I am going to organize. We cannot organize complete universe, so we need to define our boundary to manage stuff, like to manage also the same. So implementation of boundaries in real life, how we are surrounded with boundary. I will give some glimpse only. There are a lot many more, like clock. We use clock everywhere. Digital clock, manual clock, wall clock, all these are to define a bound of time. We actually define time only to bound our, we can say, time through clock. We bound time through clock. Like if we do not have time, like calendar, clock, then we cannot run this world or synchronize our activity to that. So bounding time is important. So we have so many devices like clocks, calendars, and many more to define that, to synchronize the processes. Sun also act as a natural. Other is to control the direction, to put effort. We cannot put effort in every direction. So we have some fixed goal in our life. Like we define to become a doctor. So we will put our effort to become the doctor. To become doctor, we need to put effort in that direction only. We need to stop other activities. Like we cannot spend more time in painting than to expect that we will become doctor. So that boundary is very important. Relation are also a kind of boundaries. Like we can put effort in with every person that we interact as strangers, but rel- the relation we have with certain people direct that effort. Like with our blood relation people, our close one, we put effort to them only. Then all next is name. Name, as we discussed earlier, name defines the identity. In the case of circle and rectangle, as we discussed. So now, how to learn to use the boundary concept in our day-to-day life as well as our in research domain, because this is very important. Research field is very vast, and mining to find the topic to do research or to do business also, we need to know this thing. These are the important steps. First of all, knowledge about boundaries, like what are the limits we have with us as well as other in the same field face. So we need to know that initially. After, first of all, after we know this, then the first step in right direction will be to set some initial boundaries, to get a rough idea, like we will do this or we will move in this direction or we have this goal. So have a rough boundary first, define that, and then extend those boundaries slowly and steadily to reach your goal or to do your research work, to start your business, etc. So this approach helps give direction and keep us directed in particular direction. This we can have lot many other implementation of these boundaries. We can add this in later videos. Thank you for this. Have a nice day. We will meet in the next video. Thank you so much for joining.